Hello. Let me unmute on TikTok real quick here. Alrighty. Hello everyone. How y'all doing? It's been a minute since I've done a stream. Hi babe. Appreciate you being in here. Just starting off by removing all the stock fans from this case. They're fake RGB and it's ugly. I'm gonna be going ahead and installing aftermarket some actual ARGB fans, not RGB. Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you doing, Joe? The setup for today is, like the title says, the budget RTX build. So I got a Ryzen 5 5600. We got an RTX 2060. This was one of those like Dell ones with the green PCB on the back. So I 3D printed a back plate for it. It just has a little RTX 2060 there. Looks a lot better now. And we got 16 gigs DDR4, but this is your normal DDR4. This is 4,000 megahertz. Very fast DDR4. So I had gotten a PC on trade-in a while back, and I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just repost it with a better GPU in it, because it had like an RX 5500. 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. I'm fairly certain this is going to be a spam call, so I'm going to mute for just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Yep, that was just garbage. Hey, sorry about that. I couldn't see your message on the joint chat here from TikTok. Let me refresh. Let me refresh the chat real quick. See if I can get TikTok to connect. I don't want to miss I don't want to miss any of the chats there. We'll give it a second. It'll refresh it. Just give me 1 second. I think it takes forever. Okay, YouTube just connected. If anyone wants to do a test in YouTube chat, say something real quick. TikTok should connect next. Okay, we got one. Perfect. Okay, YouTube chat's good. What about the rest? Can we connect the rest? Because I can't actively see the other chats unless they're combined. Alright, TikTok just connected. You're in TikTok chat, say something there. Hey, appreciate the follow.
Maliki approved just followed.
What's up, Malachi? Appreciate the follow. Okay, alright. We got TikTok chat and YouTube chat in here. Is anyone in Twitch chat? Okay, babe, I think you're in Twitch. Okay, I think all the chats are connected now. We're good, we're good. Yes, I will be building this week. There's 3 more parts on the way. They shouldn't be here Wednesday, as long as there's no shipping delays. If they are here Wednesday, your PC build stream will be Thursday or Friday. I'll give you a heads up ahead of time now. Yeah, still waiting on a couple parts though for that one. I've got another build you can see off screen here. That one's gonna be built this week, probably tomorrow, on stream. That's the next one there. I have a couple parts I have to test on that one to make sure they're good. And then the last part for it comes in tomorrow, so I'll be able to build that build tomorrow. Oh, okay, Malachi. There's a lot to learn, and you can never really know everything. It's you're constantly learning new things.
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed hydrate.
What's your current specs, Malachi, that you're capped out on upgrading? I'm just removing the stickers from these fans right now because the stickers are pretty ugly. I will hydrate right now, babe, with my LTT water bottle. Yes. Very fancy. There's the box right there. You know, yeah, 8700K. You're mostly capped out. You could get an i9 9900K, but how much it sells for it's just not really probably worth it. One moment, please. I could blow my nose. I'm gonna mute my mic so you guys aren't grossed out. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you here too. Okay, we're good. I just had to blow my nose and didn't want to gross you guys out or anything, so I muted for a second. I am installing the fans now to get that out of the way. Just to get them in there now. What platform are you switching to, Malachi? I mean, it mostly depends on your budget, on what you should do with that, really, and what your use case is. So, you could jump all the way straight up to AM5, newest gen, right? And go budget newest possible. If you've got the money, I would say like a B650M and like a Ryzen 5 7500F and some cheap 32 gig kit of DDR5. That would probably run you. I mean, it depends on where you get it. Like, if you get the CPU, the 7500F on like AliExpress, and you get a good board and everything like that. If your budget's low, I don't know what your budget is, but if your budget's low, I would go like AM4 and just upgrade as you go. I know it's a dead platform, but there's plenty of performance to be had on AM4 still. Just depends how much you want to upgrade again. My general suggestion would go AM5 with a 7500F, stock cooler, cheap 32 gig kit of RAM though. If you do. Are you gonna go with all new, or you're gonna some used parts? Because if you're gonna go all new, my suggestion would be to keep an eye out on Newegg for deals. Like for the build I'm doing this coming week for the kid who's just messaging in chat just now. He said that's his PC that I'm building him this week. I am building for him this week. His PC is we got the Ryzen 5 9600X with a free 1 terabyte NVMe, and you can get all sorts of deals like that, where it's like a CPU with a storage, CPU with RAM, CPU with like a water cooler for free if you combo, stuff like that. So I would look out for deals if you're going new. Check like Newegg and stuff. If you're going used, go with like AliExpress. You can get a 7500F under $100. You can get some really good deals. May have to BIOS update this, to be honest. It may not support the 5600 right out of the box. So, we'll see if that boots. I may end up, what I may end up doing is just putting a 2600 in right away. I can BIOS update it right out the box. Let's stick one RAM stick in. Let's borrow this power supply over here. Already hooked up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna test if this boots into the BIOS real quick. Alright, we're gonna grab one of these coolers here. Slap a little bit of paste on there. I'm just gonna rest that there for the time being. Okay. Get a test GPU. Alright, right now we are just checking if this this board will boot on a 5600. I doubt it, but we'll see. Likely just going to give me CPU light the whole time, but we'll see if it boots. Oh, thanks, Dave. You just waited till I hydrated myself first.
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed hydrate.
Alright, we have no boot here, but we also don't have the CPU LED on. RAM seated fully, CPUs seated. Alright, we'll shut that down, put that off. What I'm gonna do, we'll put a 2600 in here real quick. We'll see about doing a BIOS update. We got a 2600X right here. Let's throw those clips back on there. Oh, nice, Roman. Yeah, this one's gonna be like a budget esports type of game PC. I'm gonna have this one posted for 600, I believe. Yeah, it's been really slow here too. I know the feeling, man. It's everyone right now. Trust you are far from alone. It has been slow for everyone. Alright. Went ahead and actually mounted the cooler on this time. Since we're not just test booting, I'm fairly certain it will boot this time. And when it does, I would like to BIOS update it, but I need to see what version it's on first. We've got the BIOS USB over here. Yep, figured it would boot. Yeah. Alright, give it a second, it'll boot. It's gonna restart again. Alright. We're in. CPUs recognize all that stuff. What? BIOS build date says 2024. Yeah, same here. I'm really hoping the holiday sales start to pick up here soon. A couple of years back, it used to be September would start. It's been getting a lot closer and closer to Christmas with each year that people are waiting to buy until. Just the economy's been shit. I got thermopaste on here. I'm trying to keep this one as nice as I can. Every time I get anything on it, I try to scrub it out real quick. Yeah, it's BIOS date 2024. I'm gonna shut it down and re-put the 5600 in. See if it boots this time. I've changed nothing, but computers can be like that sometimes. Alright. 2600 coming out. Also a tip, whenever you're swapping CPUs out, make sure power supply switch is off, because when you put the new CPU in, sometimes it just turns on. It just does that sometimes. It's weird. A little bit of paste got on the board, so I'm wiping it off. Splooge a bit more paste in the middle there. Alright. Cooler's installed. Power supply switch back on. Yeah, with a 2024 BIOS, it should just boot on a 5600. Okay, here we go. It just took a minute, but we got boot this time. Again, restart one more time before we start up. There we go. It's a Ryzen 5 5600 and a 2060. I would suggest Facebook Marketplace for selling. eBay takes a large cut. Okay, we're good. It does boot. We're gonna go ahead and shut it down. I'm getting all the therm paste out of the fins here. Alright. Let's go ahead and take these off of here. Actually, I think I can just use one of the shorter colors, to be honest. 1 second, y'all. I'm off the screen a little bit here. Looking for a different CPU color real quick. How's your guys' days been, by the way? What you guys had to eat today? I had a chicken veggie rice bowl with some hot sauce. Made it with some leftover rotisserie chicken from Sam's Club. It's pretty good. Where's the ram stick? There it is. Ooh, nice. Sticking sounds good. Nice. What flavor instant ramen? And Joe, how did you cook the steak? That's the real question. You forgot what flavor it was. It was orange, it was chicken. It was brown, it's probably beef, maybe shrimp. Shrimp's usually pink. Sometimes it's brown though. Really? I'll accept medium, but medium rare is the correct best option. Oh, Joe, guess what happened? I also got sent to jury duty. I'm not looking forward to jury duty. Yeah. Oh, nice. I like the spicy chicken one. Yeah, and it said I have to. What's it called? You can't wear shorts. One, it's Florida. Everyone's wearing shorts, but okay. And the can't have any cell phones or anything like that either. And it's gonna be so boring. No phone. Dressing formally, just sitting there. It's gonna suck. I put that other CPU up, the 2600X. We got a 512 gig, not NVMe, but M.2. It's an M.2 SSD. Again, I didn't spec out this PC. This was a trade-in PC, and all I've done is I'm case swapping with a different motherboard. It says on here, right here, not compatible with 3400G or 3200G. So, I don't know. It's definitely not. Definitely not AI. Oh my god, Joe. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I don't know why it says it's not compatible with 3400G or 3200G when HDMI out right there. But whatever. That's on them. It's always like unwrapping a candy bar whenever I take these IO chips out. Except it's a candy bar that can injure you. Because these things, these edges are like a razor blade. Putting the rear exhaust fan in right now. Yeah, they are. I have been cut numerous times on those damn things. Rear fan is is installed there. I love me some spicy food. I don't like it like crazy spicy though. I do enjoy drowning my food in Cholula though. Cholula is so good, man. I'm gonna put on all the little accessory things and whatnot before I throw the board in there. All right. Just throw some screws on this drive. All right. Screws are in. I need one more of these. Yeah, they're trying, but so far they're failing. Because at the moment, I still make local user accounts with my USB because I just use Rufus. I always make a local user account. I don't make anyone forcefully sign into Microsoft to set up their computer. All my accounts come preloaded with a local user account. Damn, 75 entries. How did you manage that many entries? Make a bunch of spam emails or something? Write a bot? Spam script emails. Alright. I'm gonna throw a couple in here. It doesn't have a an actual name. It's some generic ass like Amazon special. It's just called the LC170 Mini Ocean View Room Case. That's what it says. It is tiny. I use a lot of these tiny fish tank cases. Okay. Let's drop that zip tie right through the fan blade. These are the kind of micro RTX motherboard or cases that only take 2 RAM slot motherboards. These stupid little tabs here. Dude. These damn tabs are very annoying. Always getting in the way of the ports. Alright, they're not blocking any ports anymore. But we do have a standoff in the wrong spot, so I gotta move it. That's another thing. Whenever you guys are building PCs, there's a little tip for you. These standoffs, they are movable. So this one here can be moved from here to here, depending on what motherboard you have. Not all motherboards are created equal. So this case, if you look at this motherboard, you see how it doesn't have them right here? It has this one down here. So I have to move this one down there. And you can either just grab it with some pliers and loosen it and then do it with your fingers, or use one of these that a lot of cases come with. It just slips over it and gives you a flat head. Phillips head, I mean. That's what I'm going to use. Move that down. And there we go. Alright, now the ports are covered there. Get some screws in there. Where are the screws for this? No accessory bag? At all? Okay. Interesting. That's fine, we've got plenty of screws. Will not be a problem. Who needs included hardware? Oh, you mean this wall? It's actually empty boxes, but I have used that 5080 a handful of times. Not specifically 5080, Got plenty of other options. Like, this is an entire wall. With how many 5080 Zotac builds I did recently, like for my custom builds, you'd think I'd always have a Zotac 5080 on hand. Got multiple of these boxes and builds, and 5070 versions of that same card. I hate these breakaways. Should have broke it away before the mother was in, but that's on me. Alright. Looking good so far. Nice little budget build. Trying to hide some wires right now. There we go. Tucked it up under the logo behind here. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in these bottom cables down here. I gotta get this damn monitor out of here. It's really in the way. That's it. Yeah, let's get that out of here. There we go. Power cables. Set those up as well. Right out the wave. Just keep existing. It's about my only solution. Stay what you do and it'll sell or it won't. I did start a posting every day on social media to try to generate a bit of hype, just a little bit of generate some clicks on the
Sally 18 just
listings.
Hydrate.
Thanks, babe. Which reminds me, I have to post a photo today. I haven't done today. If you look at my Instagram, I have done 4 days so far. I am not loyal to any GPU brand. I like that. I really like that Intel started making GPUs. Sucks no one buys them, and it sucks they have a bunch of driver issues. Intel Arc B580. No one buys them, but I think it's really cool that they're back in the GPU market for the first time in like 20 years. I think. I just like seeing competition. I would love for some other random... Oh my god, this TikTok thing. It complains every so often. I have to fix it. There we go. It's fixed. Yeah, honestly, I just want all of them to duke it out. Because the more they fight, the lower prices we get and the more features we get. Always good when the big companies fight for our money. Hate when they're complacent. I've got more green PCB cards that I want to make backplates for. I made this one custom. Yes, Roman, they have recently fixed their drivers. They're not perfect yet. Nothing's ever perfect. But they're about 1,000,000 to 1 better than they used to be. I made this custom one. Took 3 versions to line up all these holes in the right spots. But yeah, it came out pretty nice. I'm going to be doing this for some more cards I have. Because I have... where are they at? I got green-backed Dell 1080s that have the same problem where they're ugly. Because Dell sucks. Looks fine, right? Ugly. That's how it's going to be installed. Because it's not an active backplate, it really doesn't matter what you use. I just use PLA Plus, so it's a little bit more heat resistant. But I have an enclosed printer with a charcoal filter, so I could use ASA without, you know, ABS poisoning. But last time I tried using it, it kept getting jammed up. So I might just buy different ASA filament. But I've got the Anycubic Ace Pro. I'm trying to think. I just 3D printed something for a build recently. I don't remember what it was. Just did it like a day or two ago. I don't know. But yeah. Came out a lot nicer. That's how it's going to be mounted, instead of looking like this. I was going to get the Bamboo Labs A1, but I wanted the enclosure, and I got the combo unit with the AMS thing that has 4 rolls, and it's the only one on the market that has a built-in dryer. Hello, Oil, how you doing? But yeah, the Anycubic is the only one that has a built-in dryer for the filament. Alright, my top shelf here, that's my Anycubic and the 4 filament holder. That depends on the rest of the specs. It might be a tad high, to be honest. 7600 isn't... yeah, it really just depends on the rest of the specs, to be honest. It could be fine if the rest is really good, but mostly it's a little weak. Just a little weak for a 800. And that depends what you're doing. Is it all new parts? Is it used parts? There's a lot of variables to that. It could be yes. It also could be no. How so? Oh my god. Hey, at least you got a good deal. Family size chips are way better deal. Alright, let's get some of these cables plugged in on the bottom so I can install the GPU. And let's move all the fan cables out the way for now. Put those over there. See, that's not so bad then. Exactly why it's called family size. Also, yes, I could print different colored ones. And the printer is actually multicolor filament. So I can print up to 8 technically if I added a second one of those 4 filament holders. I can add a second one of those and do 8 colors. The problem is it wastes 10 times as much filament as it uses if you do like multicolor. Especially if it's constantly changing colors back and forth. So if I do a multicolor print, it's going to be all one color, then one switch, then all one color. So if you do multiple layers of different colors and it has to go back and forth, between every single layer of one color to the next, it has to retract, go to the end, splooge a bunch out, they call it poops. It poops a bunch of filament out until the line is clear. And then it goes over and draws a little bridge, a little squiggly bridge, to get the rest of the filament out. And then goes over, does a layer, and then switches again and again and again. And yeah, it's if you're switching the heads constantly, or the filament tip, whatever, you're going to be using about 10 times as much as you're going to have at the end. Oh, nice, Roman. Yeah, you're ahead of me, honestly. I am still sticking with my AM4 just for simplicity's sake and the fact that I've never really needed anything more than that. I have a 5800X 3D though, so it's not fair to say because I do have the most powerful CPU possible that fits my motherboard. So. And I also I have a 5070. But I only got my 5070, I only have 5070 because I got it at a really good deal. Alright, bottom cables are all plugged in, all along here. Oh, GPU. Oh yeah, still a very powerful CPU. Runs a bit toasty, but that's what 360mm water cooler is for. What GPU is it for 70? Oh no, babe. So ours switched. Mine came Monday, yours came Wednesday. Oh, another thing I did on this GPU is here, I'll show you. You see the PCB line? Sharpied the edge of it too, because it was green and ugly. So, yeah. Quadro FX 1800. The last Quadro GPU I used in a build was the PQ or the P2000M or something like that. It was some 2000, something 2000, and it was during COVID because GPUs are hard to acquire, but the Quadro cards were actually reasonably priced, and it was a day trading work PC for the guy. And the Quadro card was perfect for him. It's pretty powerful. I think it was like $200 or something. I don't remember what it was. I probably have a YouTube short of me building it, probably. Back in 2021. Man, 2020, 2021, 2022. I just get so many views on YouTube shorts. Everybody was stuck inside. Computers were blowing up. Everyone wanted a PC. Everyone wanted a GPU. No one could get a GPU. You just posted a photo of a GPU to get a million views. Oh, there's one cable I didn't plug in at the bottom. Oh, maybe there's a port at the top here. Oh, I might have misread that. That's I don't think that's an RGB port. I thought that's a 4-pin RGB. No, it's not. Nice. How much was that 14700K 5070 build? Also, going to be swapping this cooler out because it does not have anywhere to plug in this RGB. I doubt it. I thought it did. This JFP2 is not RGB. That is a speaker header, if my memory serves me correctly. We're going to swap that out. Hey, listen, I don't read manuals, alright? I briefly glanced and saw 4 pins and did not read the header. I hate when boards have 0 RGB options. Jesus, this hidden under there. Let go of the damn. The back plate is wobbling all over the place, making this incredibly difficult for no reason. Alright, we're good. The CPU coder was originally in the build. Is just stuck my thumb in thermal paste. Love that for me. A deep cool cooler, and it's this one, right? But I don't know. I think it looks a little. It's too big. I don't know. It looks a bit off in the build. Maybe I'll put it in. What do y'all think? I'll stand it upright and hold it. Drop this down. Alright. I'm surprised you like it, Michael. You usually hate on air coolers. I don't know, it just dwarfs the GPU. I just don't like that it makes the GPU look even smaller than it is. Look at the little GPU back there. Little old GPU in there. Just holding it up. Yeah, fuck it. I'll throw it in. What did it get stuck on? Alright, let's throw this in there. Got a ziplock of the hardware over here. Yeah, go ahead. What did you want to know? You want like some suggestions on the build? Oh, you talking about the $800 build you mentioned with the 7600? Is that what you're talking about with the new parts, or were some of them used, or you already have some of them? What do you want to do? I will say, as I was putting things together, I do like that this build is very, get out of the way, fishy, very blocky. It's all themed like that. Like, you look at the RAM sticks. The case is very square. The motherboard is square. The GPU is very square. The RAM's, like, it's very, I don't know. It's very, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna install this on the back and hope these little nubbins don't just fall out, because there's nothing holding them in except friction. Oh, that's easy. Highly wanted. If I wanted to do that, I could just buy an Alienware. They're falling out. I knew they would. Stop it, no. Okay, we're gonna put a couple in at a time. Wow, this mounting hardware sucks, by the way. Yep. Yeah, it really does. Wow. There's nothing to hold this mounting hardware in. I'm just holding it with one hand. All 4 nubs on the back. This is the real reason Deep Cool was banned. It had nothing to do with Chinese Communist Party. Nothing to do with CCP. It had to do with their terrible mounting hardware. Nah, I'm just kidding. I think this is just because of the old design. I think they updated this design. God, I hope they did. I am too far away to read that. I see what that emoji is. Looks like a balloon animal walking away is what it looks like. Okay, y'all. I almost have it in place. There we go. Now I gotta put the screws in before it falls out. Of course. Okay, I can stop holding it from both sides now, finally. That was just as much of a pain as it looked like it was. If not more. It's okay, guys. I'm professional. Where's the... Where the thing at? There it is. You know what I've been playing? I'm playing the new Borderlands 4. That's been fun. I've heard of Little Nightmares, but I've never played it. Okay, that feels like it's gonna break. Why is it doing that? Why do threads feel weird? I'm not cross-threading it. Okay, whatever. Feels fine now. I just back thread, rethread a couple times, and feels okay now. Maybe it was starting a cross thread. Alright. CPU cooler's in. Let's give you a second angle. I can't sit. My cat's sitting in my chair. Hey, appreciate the follow. Hey, it's got TTX 1060. Nice. Alright, let's get this ugly Dell GPU out of here. This will not look like this when it goes in a build. My only issue here with this GPU, like the length, making a backplate, is it has to be a two-piece because my print bed is only 250 by 250. And this is a lot more than 250. That's 100 alone. Ten and a half inches. That's like almost 300, I think. $267. I just Googled it. 267. So just a smidge too large to fit one print. So I'd have to do some sort of like slash or jagged line or like a zigzag or some artistic thing. I could just print it in two pieces with like a little like a key sliding under so it clips in, and then butt them up and just glue and sand. But then I had to glue, sand, and paint. I just want to. Maybe I'll do a diagonal slash, and I'll put little clips, and we'll just call it a day. It'll just be a line, so like a tasteful line. I don't know. I'm gonna get back to work though. Stop dicking around with this ugly Dell. Always need these super short power supplies with these cases. The really narrow ones. It's a pain otherwise. Yeah, like you were saying, Roman. Definitely a small case. Not the smallest micro RTX I use on a regular basis, though. Still use smaller. Just crazy. Come on. Get on through. Going good. Had some little hiccups along the way, but nothing that wasn't resolved. I don't know if it's you suck at finding them. I don't know. I feel like it's been not as easy to find good deals in general lately. I hate the DDR4 is up in price. That's annoying. So that would go back down. No, not at all. That's good pairing. And neither of those parts run very hot. Yeah, that's certainly doable. Oil. definitely make that happen. That is completely doable. Amdo. What's funny is I'm actually doing a what's it called? 9600X and 5070 build, all white, for a customer soon. Babe, can you deal with that? But what I was saying, I got distracted by the message. And but for $1,500 for the customer, and that's labor included and everything. Water cooler with a screen too. All the parts will be here Wednesday or Thursday. The kid who's receiving it, his dad already paid me for it. The kid who's receiving it is actually in the chat now. So I'm going to be building it this week. Yeah, for real. This is going to be fun to hide. Yeah, 90% part, 10% cable, and 50% dealing with the cables. As long as it's not going to restrict your airflow, it does not matter how much you pay for your case. You could put it in a cardboard box if you really wanted. Just make sure you got holes. The case is completely up to you how much you want to spend. There's plenty of good options around $60 though, which is a plenty fair price. And I'm talking $60 that looks nice with RGB fans included. That it is. You can get deals sometimes though. I got a set of, oh, right here. Right here. This set of DDR5 RAM. Got it on sale. 32 gigs, ping bank. It was $67 plus tax. If you just wait for sales and stuff like that, you can get DDR5 for not bad.
Just redeemed hydrate.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'll hydrate again. The 5070, I'm confused. What type of GPU? I think it's a PNY model. It was a Newegg open box deal. And it doesn't come with the little adapter. Oh, nice. You use the PNY too. So what we were originally going to do is we were going to do a 5060 Ti, but I figured we actually had a little bit of room in the budget, and it was only like $40-50 more to go from a 5060 Ti to an open box 5070. So I was like, we got to do that. There was just enough room in budget. There was like $3 left of the budget. it worked out perfectly. So we went ahead and upgraded the GPU on the build because originally we were gonna go with the 56 Ti. And the 9600X we got, what's it called? Came with a free 1 terabyte drive, and it was on sale. So for $205, we got a 9600X and a 1 terabyte drive plus tax. So that was a really good deal. We ended up just squeezing a bunch of deals into it and making a really nice white 50, 70, 9600X build for only $1,500. That's labor included. He's really gonna like that build. And it's got a 360mm water cooler with a screen on it too. Yeah, I'm a bit of a deal hunter. Always looking for the best deals. Oh, and what I was saying about the cables is, because it's an open box GPU, it doesn't come with the NVIDIA splitter, the adapter. And I don't remember what power supply we went with. What power supply did we end up ordering? Oh, we went with the Corsair CX750M, which this model doesn't have the 12-pin cable. You can order it custom from Corsair, but I didn't. I went ahead and got cable extensions that had the adapter on them. You know, the one that has the it's like the NVIDIA one. Where's the preview? 1 second. Where it's like this, but it's way longer, obviously, to hide these dangling cables. But yeah, it's a white cable extension with them. Actually, I think I have it. Maybe it came in the mail. Here. Yeah, we went 9600X. It was just a good deal, and it's a good option. It fit in budget. But yeah, I knew that the GPU didn't come with the adapter, so we got cable extensions that came with the adapters included, instead of the regular cable extensions. Oh, I also got the motherboard on sale too. It was $126. It was a really nice Gigabyte Micro RTX motherboard, Wi-Fi and everything. I'll show you guys when I build the build. I'm going to be building it later this week. The rest of the parts come in Wednesday or Thursday they come in. But yeah, this nice Gigabyte board, there's only 126 brand new. With Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that stuff. Oh, yeah, I'm already having a field day with it. Let's get this CPU cable up top. Gotta get that plugged in up there. Ow. I love when the heat sinks like scratch up your skin. Oh, it is the Gigabyte V650M. No. This is built on stream. Everyone's gonna see it. There's no out of mind. No, I always caveman use these. Even the little cheap budget builds, they get an annoying amount of detail. I'm gonna get an adapter real quick. I need an RGB adapter guy. Where you at? You guys, when you're building PCs, if it's an older build, like a B450, some of the B550s, the A520s, like that, don't have the 5-volt RGB header. You get one of these from AliExpress for like $4. Plugs in the power, then I get an RF signal and a remote. You daisy chain all the RGB lighting together. And then one remote changes all the lighting inside a computer. And everything's easy. I will say I would like it to run under these cables, not over them. So I'm going to stuff it under and all these under here. There we go. We're going to do with all these RGB wires here. I'm going to bundle them up real nice. As nice as I can, because the issue with the daisy chaining is they're not all the same length. So it's this awkward mess. Kind of just figure it out as you go. So we're going to throw a zip tie on this. That's just a snip zip tie. My go-to sites are Amazon and Newegg for new stuff, used and open box stuff. If you check eBay, a lot of major companies actually sell their products, their used stuff or their open box stuff, even their new stuff sometimes, for cheaper than their website prices on eBay. So I went to RTX. In their eBay store, they had an open box, still brand new, unused, 280mm water cooler. It's a really good water cooler. It's like less than $50 after tax, or it was just about $50 after tax and shipping. It's a really good water cooler for $50. You're not gonna beat that. It's a damn good cooler. basically one of the best on the market. So if you want stuff directly from the manufacturer, even Newegg sells their own stuff cheaper on eBay sometimes. You just gotta shop around a bit. Marketplace for lots of used stuff. Also get lots of like trade-in PCs, customers upgraded parts, stuff like that. So sometimes you'll see me building a really similar build a couple times. And you're like, well, what's going on there? And that's because sometimes a customer will want to upgrade their computer, and I'll get their parts back, and then I'll build it into a new PC with other stuff, and then repeat that cycle because I like to keep PC parts out of the landfill as much as possible. I don't like to let things die off. There's always someone who can use them. Cave management sucks. There's plenty of good options on there though. Newegg and Amazon. A lot of my custom builds are mostly just Newegg and Amazon. But that's only when it's all new parts. Ugh. Yeah, it's understandable with the new parts and whatnot for warranty. The open box 5070 actually has a 1-year warranty. Because I bought it through Newegg. And I think it was like $470 for the open box 5070. Something like that. After tax, it's almost $100 off. Is there really just one fan header on this motherboard? And it's in a really inconvenient location? That's annoying. Okay, so that's the only spot that there's a system fan header right there. I don't want to run a cable all the way down to right here. I just don't. I have no idea why you're red now. You were green earlier. I wish there was another spot for a fan header. I don't want to run a cable all the way. It's gonna be so ugly. Ugh. Yeah, you guys are always welcome to ask questions and whatnot. Happy to update you guys stuff. Probably close to 10,000 on one. Got a couple in the high 4 digits, close to 5 digits. I haven't had one crack 10,000 yet. Almost. You've got 10,000. You want a PC? Let me know. I'll make it happen. And I don't mean like a $4,000 PC and pocket 6,000. No, not even. I mean the actual 10K PC. I really don't want to plug in up the down there, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I'm dreading this. I'm gonna find some fan adapter to make this look a little nicer. Maybe this. I'm looking through my adapters real quick, y'all. I'm trying to find the. Okay, I got an idea. All right. Okay, so all these wires. See how they daisy chain to each other, y'all? Like this. Let me get this camera over here. See this? This bundle of wires is ugly. I don't want this running across the motherboard. So what I'm gonna do is use this long wire to an extension. What we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this in, run just this one wire. This is just for aesthetics. It's very ugly to run a bunch of daisy chained wires out the front. I mean, that depends on where you're traveling. Because if you're not traveling somewhere that's... you're going to be there for a long period of time, or you're going to have the time and effort and patience to set up a full setup everywhere you go, then a laptop is probably going to be your best bet. And if you do get a laptop, I'd suggest you get the framework laptop. The only laptop I'll ever suggest in my entire life to anyone. Every other laptop's garbage. Doesn't matter how good it is. It won't be that good in the future, and you won't be able to upgrade it, and you won't be able to fix or replace anything. Except with a framework. Ugh, it's just as ugly as I knew it would be. Look at this. This is terrible. Look at that big, obvious wire. So ugly. Oh my god, Michael. Alright, there we go. Okay. It's all bundled up. I need a SATA cable plugged in right here. What? I know. Oh, now I gotta fish this through here. Alright, got it through. There you go. There it is. It is done. What's funny is this this budget build, the board it had beforehand didn't make any sense because ignore what this box says. I'll show you guys. This is the board it had. Do you see this board? This is nice Asus tough X570 Pro Wi-Fi motherboard. Okay? Pro Wi-Fi. 16 gigs DDR4, 4,000 megahertz. Right? Mind you, right? That motherboard, that nice motherboard, really high speed RAM, but only 16 gigs, and a 5600, a Ryzen 5 5600, and it did not have this 2060 in here. It had, I think, an RX 6500 XT, meaning they spent more or the same amount basically on their motherboard as they did the GPU. And they paid way too much for 4,000 megahertz RAM at 16 gigs, and they could have had 32 at like 3,200 or 3,600 megahertz. So this entire PC was wildly spec'd. All the specs were all over the place. They didn't make any sense. So now they make a lot more sense. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, the framework PCs are amazing. They're completely open, like open source. Like you can get full schematics online. You can 3D print an entirely new enclosure, the piece, everything Every single thing is modular on it. They even leave you spare screws inside the back of the laptop, and they have QR codes to show you how to replace everything in it. And every single piece and every single screw in that entire computer, you can buy replacements for. It's the most upgradable, most repairable, just the best laptop you can buy. Is it the cheapest? No. You're paying for quality, and you're paying for the customization and repairability aspects of it. But what's funny is it's still cheaper than other laptops that are terrible. Let's go get this plugged in. Let's put up all these CPU cores I got out. Charge your phone. My wife let her phone die. How dare she? Alright, let's go ahead and it's all cleared. This should actually boot straight into Windows. Oh, appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Let's get the monitor, keyboard, mouse, whatever. Oh wow! Thanks, Wanted. Appreciate the hydrate. It's gonna do some little updating here because it switched motherboards. But there we go. This build is done. That build off screen right there, that one right here, that one's tomorrow or the next day. Depends on when the parts come in, but I think tomorrow is going to be the day I build this PC right here. That one is a Ryzen 5 7600X, 32 gigs DDR5, and RTX 3070 with the Arctic cooler on there. And it's going to be in the newer, the new N6T H3 case. Then the day after that, we're doing the white 9600X 5070 build. As long as 5070 comes on time. The shipping did not look promising. It's kind of far away. It's Washington, D.C., I think is where it's coming from. I'll have to check again. I'll double check the tracking real quick for y'all. It still says Wednesday, so that's good news. No, I haven't seen the leaks today. I've been arguing with my phone carrier and doing some other work stuff today. I had a...
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed hydrate.
I had to get a new phone. Well, it's not new. It's new to me. But it's got a lightly used iPhone 15 because my 13 shattered. And it was running terrible. And yeah, it was just horrible. It was running slow. The battery was terrible on it. It was broken. So, upgrade that. Yeah, what's going on, Iron Dog? Hey Brandon, where did you see the what's it called? The leaks from? I'll have to check that out. You can link it in chat if you want. I'm gonna refill my water bottle real quick. Feel free to link that. Yeah, got it. A 4 fan? Is that one of those like the 3 along the bottom and then the 1 on the back? I'm googling this now. Four in a row. Oh, where's Brock when you need him? Brock is a viewer who comes in all the time and stream, and he works at AMD. He was telling me as much as he could about the new 10 series and how excited he was, and how fast it's gonna be. Oh my god, you just appeared! I summoned him. Holy shit! I summoned you. That was weird. So Brock, did you leak things about the 10 series? No, I'm just kidding. I hadn't been keeping up with it recently. Oh God. Could you imagine? It's just the FBI on Brock's account trying to get more info where he got his info from. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. No 10,000 series? Were you here for the rest of this budget build here? I speaking of AMD GPUs, I got a Vega 64 as well that I could do a build with later. Got all those weird AMD GPUs. You want to see a real old AMD GPU? Yes, right here. See, it's been here. How about these? Just gonna rest those there. Let you attempt to identify them while I read this paragraph in chat real quick. You know, now I'm scared to ask her proc that. I had seen some YouTube titles mentioning it. I added them to my playlist. I just haven't gotten to them on my playlist. That's insane. Yeah, never. You could buy a whole new laptop for that amount. A lot better one, probably. Okay, Brandon. Also, Brock, are you referring to the Vega 64 build? Also, look at these things. They still work, by the way. I have some old GPUs. I've had older, but I don't have them anymore. Like an 8800 GT. I think one of these is a Radeon 7950, 7940 or something like that. I got weird ones too. You want to see a weird looking one? Bam. It wraps around the card. Didn't expect that, now did you? Weird stuff. I think it's a, what, GT 610? Yep. GT 610. You're just looking at it and you're like, oh, that's a weird passive cooler, and then bam, it reaches over to the other side. It just needed that extra bit of cooling. Honestly, Iron Dog, I'd say get a damn. The same thing I said to what's his name? Highly Wanted about the or is it Brandon? My bad, I'm mixing everyone up now. Yeah, Highly Wanted was talking about the framework PCs. You'd never have to deal with that ever again. Highly repairable. Highly, highly repairable. But yeah, I've got weird GPs like this. Honestly, not really. Laptops are a pain. They're miserable to work on. Unless it's a framework laptop. Then it's a breeze. It's a YouTube short or a YouTube video or whatever. How to replace it, and they've even got spare parts inside there, like little screws and stuff. Let me see if I got another weird GPU. I had one a while back. I think it was a 680 with the dual GPU dies. It was a long time ago, though. Look, got a little Quadro. If it's just changing the charging port, there are places that will do it. But it's gonna be some like random, like small shop that you'll find somewhere in the middle of nowhere or something. I got another weird one for you. Here you go. Can you guess what GPU this one is? No plugs. I feel like your guess is going to be what my first guess was when I first saw it. But it wasn't what I thought it was. You guys guess what card this is? Low profile, chunky, tiny little fans. You get them in there. Nope, it's I'll say it's a little more modern than a 720. But look how beefy the cooler is on it. And it's a low profile. I will say, it's not NVIDIA, which is what I thought it was. I thought it was a GTX 1050. It's not a 1050. Because they got little MSI 1050s that look like this. That's an AMD card. You wouldn't think, though. This just doesn't look like an AMD GPU. One more guess and I'll let you know what it is. It's an RX 550, 2 gig low profile. The 550 GT. It's a weird little GPU. An odd one. They have weird GPUs. This one's a 720. Or yeah, 720. This is my my test GPU. I throw it in everything. It'll play Roblox. It'll play some like Minecraft with those with that one mod that like lowers all the textures extremely low or whatever. I think it will actually play Fortnite on performance mode, as long as you have an okay CPU. I thought about trying to find a use for this tiny PV 300 watt and this low profile 550 and some RTX motherboard in like a 3D printed case. I don't know. I thought it'd be like a fun little project. I think it'd be fun to do. No, I think I'm just dicking around and then ending stream soon. I'm gonna be building that PC tomorrow, the one that's off screen over there. I need one more part for it, and then yeah. So this build today, 7600X tomorrow, 9600X Wednesday. That's the plan. I was gonna do stream a bit earlier today, though. I've had older GPUs. My scrapper buddy, he offered me a GT 8600 not long ago. Oh, I gotta find a photo of like this before. Yeah, GT 8600, I think that's what it was. But it was like it was the one with like the characters on it, like the terrible 3D models. Yeah, it was like that. I have no idea if you guys can see this or not, because I can't see my thing. Yeah, 8600 GTS. Oh, the one you were pushing to its what's it called? Like the limits? Wasn't it like 6 point something, like 6.5 or something last time? Have you hit 6.9? 69. Oh damn. My first GPU I ever like bought myself was a GTX 964 gig. It was the Gigabyte Windforce edition. I remember it distinctively. I bought it on jet.com. Yeah. I bought the GTX 964 gig. I think it's been a decade now. Yeah, it's been just about a decade. It was 2015, 2016, something around there. I mean, yeah, that would be best case scenario if it's just like a power plug issue there. Uh-huh, sure, Michael. Damn, that sorry to hear, Iron Dog. I honestly, yeah, if you do end up getting it fixed, I would say set aside money to eventually get something like the framework if you absolutely need a laptop. If you don't, just PC, just desktop, because that just straight up would not be an issue with the desktop. If it's having power issues, it's either power supply or motherboard, just straight up, always is. And then you could just easily have a shop diagnose which one of the two it is, and swap it out. Something off the shelf. And I hate laptops. I'm gonna uninstall Armory Crate because this is an MSI board now. It had an Asus board. Damn, over 7 gigahertz is nuts, dude. So you've hit over 7 gigahertz and you haven't even touched LN2 or anything sub-zero. That's nuts, dude. To hit that on ambient is nuts. Those are sub-zero numbers. I want to do a water-cooled build on stream with you guys so I can show you guys cool things with the build and stuff. No problem, Iron Dog. I'll be on stream hopefully the next couple days if you're bored and want to pop in. Drop a follow and it'll let you know when I go live. Good luck with the laptop. If it gets fixed in the time between streams, let me know how it is in the next stream. But I am hungry. Hungry? I'm hungry, y'all. I'm so hungry I don't even know how to speak. I'm gonna eat something, and I'm gonna take photos of this build, and I'm gonna be posting it for sale. So it's gonna be up for $600. So be posting that later tonight. It was really good seeing you guys. Nice seeing Brock in here. Always like talking to you guys. That is some crazy cooling. I'm gonna see this one I can write out to real quick, y'all. Let me see if there's. Check the.
Dave Sally 18 just redeemed Hydrate.
Oh my god. You had to snipe that in there before I read it out. Hey baby, got a turtle. I'll be honest, I'm not seeing anyone to raid out to, so honestly, I'm thinking we raid out to Critter Vision, because adorable animals are adorable, and we love adorable animals. Have a good night, guys. See you guys tomorrow.